Hello everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Thursday the 5th of March with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets. It is ECB day today and we've got some gains on the European markets. Certainly the Eurozone indices have been pushing nicely higher. The DAX, for example, bounced yesterday into the afternoon and has continued today about 0.5% higher on both DAX and CAC. Actually, FTSE once again underperforming. In terms of the euro, again weaker, confirming the breakdown of the key support yesterday, and I'll talk about that in the big chart that I'm going to focus on in a minute. But certainly the market will be looking towards this ECB press conference today for exactly what's going to be happening in terms of the quantitative easing, in terms of the technicalities of how it's going to be implemented, also the composition of purchases. Start date as well is interesting. Suggestions are saying that it's going to be starting on around about the 9th of March. And also how the ECB staff projections are going to be changed as well. For example, last time out, we had the staff projections forecasting for an oil price around $85, and also euro dollar at $1.30. So those two levels are going to have to be changed, and that has an impact probably on growth going forward, to be likely to be upgraded. So generally speaking, this is probably going to be quite supportive of equities. Certainly the DAX has reacted positively today anyway, and it certainly looks like the euro at the moment is under a little bit of pressure in terms of the starting of that QE program that should theoretically put pressure on the euro, but as I said, equities nicely stronger today. Now we've also got a lot going on. We've got, in the last day or so, we've had a big breakout on the dollar index. That is multi-year highs now on the dollar, and it is pushing on through that resistance and confirming the move. I'll just quickly zoom out towards these multi-year highs to show you. It goes all the way back to 2003 on that dollar index, so huge highs there we're looking out for. So it continues to go, and it looking strong there. Interesting also, we saw yesterday that VIX started to push higher. Now it's sort of into the close, it's sort of calmed down a little bit and pulled back, but still that was an interesting move, because there are still suggestions that perhaps these markets are looking a bit overbought. Obviously the Eurozone is being propped up by the quantitative easing that's about to come into place, but other markets are still looking a little bit frothy, and perhaps that little spike higher in the VIX is something that we need to keep an eye on. Also today we've got the Bank of England out at giving their monetary policy at 12 o'clock. And no change expected there. We're very close now to the UK general election, and the Bank of England are unlikely to change monetary policy so close to the general election, but also with inflation so low, there's no real excuse to change monetary policy yet, so don't expect anything to come out of that meeting this afternoon. And also we have the weekly jobless claim for the States, 313,000 last month, 293,000 this month is the expectation, but it certainly looks as though the jobless claims has started to sort of started to sort of plateau off in terms of the decline, and that is interesting. It seems to be that it's no longer falling consistently, it's sort of now plateauing between sort of 280 and 310,000, so that is interesting, but that looks to continue today. So my chart of the day, and it is the DAX. We had the DAX forming this bearish key one day reversal a couple of days ago. That key one day reversal comes in at a high at 11,465, and in order to abort this bearish key one day reversal, you need to move above that, and we haven't yet done that. 11,462 is the high, so that is interesting for a start. I'm still of the opinion that DAX is strong, but I think you may well get Any weakness should be used as a chance to buy on the DAX, but it's still a little bit overbought. But I think the fact that the DAX has got this quantitative easing underpinning in the coming months, I think that will help sentiment to push the DAX higher. But at the moment, it's a little bit uncertain. Yesterday's price action was obviously supportive and broke strongly higher today, gapped higher in fact. So that gap now becomes a support at 1138. Crikey, 11,000. If I can talk, 11,380. And that becomes supportive because gaps tend to be filled. So just keep that in mind as well. But at the moment, we've still got the prospect of a correction because of this bearish key one-day reversal, but pretty much that is the only real thing that's sort of holding the DAX back. You've got these momentum indicators which remain strong. There's not really any major sign of a correction coming through. The momentum indicators all remaining pretty positive. You had that dip on the RSI the other day, but it's sort of again back above 70, so you'd say that that's still positive, but that bearish key one-day reversal still leaves me a little bit cautious. Obviously, this press conference today by the ECB is going to be the big news driver, and the likelihood is it's going to push equities higher, and certainly that is the early mover of the DAX today. It gives you that impression, but you still need to break above that 11,465 level to suggest that that bearish key one-day reversal is being aborted. So I wish you good luck on your trading on the DAX today. It should be an active day. So I will speak to you later. Thank you.